Frankenstein's got a journal.
Ash, is Vampenstein. What?
Clown stuck in the house.
Elena side to Damon? Huh?
Do I have your attention?
Yep.
Good. Now let's talk about vampires.
Let's go. Season 5. Hear me out.
At Rebecca's kegger with Elaine and friends, taking shots like Jordan Connor, that is, in the paint like Shaq. Fix it in post. You remember when we drove coast to coast, driving to LA Cavalier and a U-Haul, even though that car was too small. Whipping around the Grand Canyon, trying not to fall in. Even when we rode, we were still ball in. By the bay, listen to Frank Ocean. Pour some coffee, I'll see you in 10.
Just give me the cue. I'll do whatever you want.
Mo money, mo problems, but I'm counting in the sweet spot. PD's on the track when the beat's hot.
Now let's talk about vampires.
Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries podcast. Hey, the Vampire Diaries podcast, where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a superfan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular PD. Let's just say I put the PD in Vampede, but please call me Pete, and I'm here with my co-host and co-parent Ash. Hello, Ash.
Hello, Pete.
What's up?
I'm chilling. You don't usually say podcast in the first sentence?
Correct.
Well, you added it. How come?
Welcome to the Vampire Diaries podcast.
I mean, it's more accurate.
Yeah. These aren't the diaries themselves.
That's true.
Welcome to the diaries. Dear Diary, we watched episode 10.
But it sort of is in a way. It's a like audio diary. Isn't that what podcasts are anyways?
Somewhat. You know, we could do a before the theme song, I could write a thing. Dear Diary, the last episode left me perplexed.
You totally could.
That would be work. That would be more work.
Maybe you can put that into the next theme song, like as part of it.
My next theme song, I already have some bars for it.
Oh, okay.
And again, it's only tangentially related to anything, really.
It's just what you want to write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put my Batman song on there.
Oh, you totally should. I love your Batman song.
No, that is truly nothingness. And I told you I wrote the other verse for it.
Yeah, but I haven't heard it yet.
Okay. Okay, I have something vampire related and something Vampire Diaries related.
Okay.
Let's go.
This is the appropriate place for those conversations.
Let's go vampire first because I have the Vampire Diaries one actually written down, but I might forget the vampire one. Okay. As you know, I'm reading some Stevies.
Of course.
Some Stephen King books. I do one for me, one for them, which is I read a Stevie and then I read another book in between.
That's not him.
Yeah, for diversity and just for,
Switching it up.
Also, if I read them back to back, well, something is going to come up with that I haven't told you about yet, but where I might have to read them back to back.
All right.
Okay, but anyway.
Very cryptic opening of this podcast.
Which that'll
you told me nothing yet.
That won't be satisfied on this podcast at all. That part of it. Okay, but I'm reading Salem's Lot, which I'm trying to think. Have I read a Stephen King thing about vampires at all? Salem's Lot is about vampires.
I don't know if you have. I certainly have not.
I don't know that I have. Maybe a short story or something, but the Stephen King take on vampires is fun to read.
What's it like? What
are
the vamp rules for Salem's Lot?
They are pretty typically vampires that follow the rules. In fact, in the universe of inside the book, Bram Stoker's Dracula is like a work that exists and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it takes place, the Salem's Lot takes place in the 70s because that's when it was written, like the mid to late 70s. So people are just modern times, but they know about Bram Stoker's Dracula and they know the myths of vampires and all that. So they're like, vampires aren't real. That can't be happening in this town, blah, blah, blah. But then there hasn't been that much vampire stuff that really happened yet.
Okay.
But there has been some neck sucking and some they got to be invited in.
Right.
And the people that the vampire bites kind of like, I guess it's more like a disease because it takes them like a week they get sick and then they die. And in that week, they're kind of acting weird.
To turn them, or they just die all the way?
I don't know yet. I don't know
okay.
because some have turned, but I haven't seen that process. And then some have gotten bit and then laid there and died. So I don't know.
Something that hasn't come up in like more recent vampire stuff has been like the garlic and the reflection. Is that? Do you know about that in this one?
Not those two, but like a crucifix and holy water and stuff like that.
Yeah. Those are more like your classic adversaries. I don't know.
Tropes.
Yeah, tropes.
Apothecaries.
That could be true too.
Okay, so Salem's Lot. It's been fun to read that. Also, Stephen King has just a straight up werewolf book.
Oh, have you read that yet?
No.
Oh.
So,
Do you know which one that is?
The Cycle of the Werewolf.
Oh.
But yeah, it's fun when he does just regular stuff.
Are there witches in this Salem's Lot? Because Salem and witches. Like,
Well,
I have no idea why in the world it would be called Salem's Lot.
It's short for Jerusalem's Lot. And that's just what the town is called.
Oh, okay.
New England town. There aren't witches that I know of yet.
Okay.
In the book. Okay, so that was vampire related. Didn't really get much from that, but always exciting to read a Stevie.
Well, I wanted to know, actually.
Yeah. The main vampire is like a striking, charming furniture salesman.
I didn't expect you to say furniture salesman. I thought you were just going to say man.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, what's your Vampire Diaries news?
All right, this came up in my Reddit.
You have your very own Reddit?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Vampire Diaries cast arrested for flashing drivers and hanging from bridge in Georgia. Headline. In 2009, 4 stars of the then new The CW series The Vampire Diaries were arrested for allegedly flashing motorists from a bridge in Georgia. Nina Dobrev, Candice Acola, Sarah Canning, and Kayla Ewell, as well as photographer Tyler Shields and actress Crystal Veda, who wasn't on the show. were taken into custody, paid a fine to a bonding company, and were released the same day, according to reports at the time. Despite the accusation, the only flashing that took place was the flash from a camera.
Yeah.
They were taking pictures with a photographer, and someone called in, "There's flashing on the bridge," or whatever. And so it got picked up in the news that they were flashing, but it was camera flashes.
Not silly.
I don't know about the hanging off the bridge. That sounds scary.
Well, we do know that they shoot on Wickery Bridge for this show.
Yeah, they're always on bridges. But
That's a silly one.
all their mugshots, because they knew they didn't really do anything wrong, they were all smiling.
They're just posing.
And they were all exactly 5'7".
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So that was funny. It came up. And that was exciting.
Yeah, they do all are similar heights, actually, when you see it filmed. Like, you're not like, if it was us, it'd be like, camera angle down here, and then up here, then down here, and then up here. Like, we wouldn't be good together in the scene that we were always side by side.
No, you'd have to be on an apple box, and I'd have to be dug in a trench.
I know. That wouldn't work for us.
Or kneeling.
But I think viewers should be like, just accept that reality. Not everyone's just the same height. We make it too easy for them sometimes.
Euphoria had many heights.
That's true.
And basically anything with tall man. The slender man. Jacob Elordi.
Yeah, maybe it's getting better now, but I feel like a lot of shows are just like they want to make it as visually easier for the viewer.
Yeah. Some of those shows, I don't know why, 13 Reasons Why popped in my head. I bet all those people are exactly the same height.
Yeah, ish, yeah.
That's my guess. Ash.
That's a good show, by the way.
Ash, speaking of good shows, should we discuss Season 5, Episode 10, 50 Shades of Grayson?
Oh, yeah.
Which, who's Grayson? Oh, the
Oh,
dad.
his dad, yeah.
Oh, okay. Grayson Gilbert.
Grayson Gilbert. He had the Gilbert Gurnals first. His medical gurnals.
Yeah, but wasn't there...
There was all kinds of
There was
gurnals.
old Gilberts, too,
Yeah.
though.
Everyone's had one. They're like, if you're going to be in this family, you have to write in a diary. And then hide it from your rest of your family until they find it one day and learn all about your past.
I'm surprised in this series they don't all have live journals. Oh, but they're
would've been-
dead.
Oh, man.
Undead journals.
Undead journals. Because they can't use the real name.
You're right.
That would have been smart.
Probably by 2009, though, live journals were way out.
Really?
That was
yeah,
an
that
early
was high school. That was like 04.
03.
I mean, yeah, 03, not
That was,
even 04.
that was a high school thing.
True that.
I'm surprised they're not on the Fang book, though.
Or, I can't think of a MySpace one. Her space. I don't know. Vamp space.
Vamp Space is good. Surprised they're not on Vamp Space. Or, never mind. These days they'd be on Only Vamps. Am I right? Or Only Fangs.
Only Fangs is way better.
These days, Damon would be on Only Fangs.
100%. Except, yeah, he would.
Ash, cold open, torture basement.
So many basements in this show.
Truly. Damon is punching the wall to try to escape. I said, it's not working. And then I said, oh, maybe it is. He gets a rock. He gets the bullet Aaron dropped. Oh.
Come on, Pete.
What does he do with that bullet? He puts it in the keyhole and pops it.
And it fits exactly.
Yeah, that's fortunate. Pops it with that rock. It doesn't work. Oh, now it does, lol. He's out. I was thinking he was none of these things were going to work, and then they all worked. All right, Catherine is in bed with Stefan, nude.
Yeah, morning after.
Stefan has a sick tat. Elena's hair is gray and falling out. She snags the comforter and runs, and Stefan's like, what?
I know, but then he doesn't really care because he doesn't really know what's going on. But it was some good physical comedy of Catherine covering herself all the way in this blanket and like stumbling out.
Yeah, somewhere in this episode I said, Dobrev thinks she's funny.
She was going for it.
When we get to that, we'll be like, there it is.
We will.
Damon comes in bloody. He just escaped, as we saw, but he's had a heck of a week.
Oh, totally.
Catherine has a ball cap on. Damon calls for Stefan. Catherine tells Damon she was with Stefan all night. Their hot, naked bodies collided. And Damon says he's going to barf.
Yeah. She wants to tell Damon so Damon can be jealous and also to just be like, haha, you guys tried to kill me 1,000,000 times, but you still didn't, and now I slept with Stefan.
Elena is also in a torture basement of sorts.
Yeah.
This medical room. She hears children giggling. All right, Ash. She is subject 83182. Are you telling me 60,000 more vampires have been tested on since whenever that other round? Because both Damon and Enzo are 21 and 26 or something like that.
And they had been there for a while. I mean, well, Enzo for a long, long time. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when people label stuff with numbers, sometimes it's they're like, let's start at 1,000. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. It could be a lot, but I don't think so, really.
Yeah. It could be like the first number is the last letter of the year or something.
Yeah, it could be something different. But the giggling that Elena hears is herself.
Yeah, that's weird.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry.
Maxfield is there. He's doing tests on Elena.
We hated Maxfield from the beginning. Mm-hmm. He's so annoying.
I want to see, like, some of these people, I'm like, have they ever even had any other roles? Not disparaging them, but I'm like, this actor is Maxfield to me.
Right.
And if I saw him in anything else, I'd be like, what's Maxfield doing in here?
Exactly.
Which I'm sure he's a fine actor and does a lot of stuff, but
he's so believable as this one character.
Yeah. Like, is he some nice gay dad in something? Is he?
I would like to see him as that. That's a good role for him.
Is he like a hard-boiled cop in something? You know? Whenever I see him, I'm going to be like, that's Maxfield perpetrating.
Yeah. Who's he operating on?
Mm-hmm. You know, he's going back and doing tests on vamps, no matter what his purported job is.
Exactly.
Damon is like telling Stefan what was going on. He was shot in the head, held against his will. Elena's missing. Stefan doesn't care about that, but does care about where is Elena.
Yeah, he's all, what? Oh, Elena's missing?
And they're about to team up, bro down, and find her and get your hero hair going or something is what Damon says.
Team up and bro down is funny.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even write that. I just said that. Aaron is totally vibed out. He's writing in his journal, listening to tunes.
Yeah, he's just like totally chilled after shooting a vampire in the head like very recently. I'm just chilling.
Yeah, he's well, I mean, maybe he's journaling about it.
It's possible.
Cathartically.
But he does have like relatively just chill vibes, or maybe he's always depressed. I don't know.
Maybe he's listening to his own beats and he's writing down some lyrics.
Maybe.
Damon sits next to him. Aaron is scared to see the bros. Maybe the next theme will be from his perspective.
Like Stan.
Yeah.
I'm glad I remembered that. I would have been so mad if I couldn't pull
If you
Stan.
could pull Stan, that'd be tough.
Oh gosh.
Maxfield, I wrote you, but you're still not calling.
Yeah. Damon, why'd you kill all my family members?
Oh, it was me. Or it was you. Yeah, it would be about Damon. It's like, and my aunt got murdered.
All right, don't spoil everyone.
It was you.
It was you.
I probably will forget to even do that. All right, Maxfield is draining blood. Elena is still conscious. What are these tubes, she says. Was this some kind of tube? Maxfield is talking about Aaron Whitmore's family being killed by Damon. Maxfield justifies torturing vamps with science.
Right, like it's fine if it's for science. Ugh.
He talks about shocking vampires a lot. He has a journal as well, but it's her dad, Grayson Gilbert's journal.
He was doing it too.
Ash, I said he had girly handwriting.
You did. I don't think so though.
Well, we'll let the viewers decide.
I look at a lot of 8-year-old handwriting though, so I haven't looked at much adult handwriting in a while.
That's good.
I mean, have you?
No.
Right. People don't even know how to write anymore.
No, these days,
That's true.
all I knew how to do is group text.
I'm serious. These kids don't even know how to hold pencils correctly.
They just know how to hold iPads.
That's right. That's what happened to them.
Yep.
It's not even a joke. It's the literal truth.
They don't know how to write sentences. They know how to write emojis.
That's also true. You can keep going. I mean, it's the truth of the matter.
They don't write a letter to their grandma. They get a text from their senator.
I don't know about that one. We are teaching them how to write letters this week.
Oh, good. What else? What else do they know? They don't know how to do their taxes.
Well, they're 8-year-olds.
They know how to text their friends.
All right, you lost it.
Okay. We should get 8-year-olds on these taxes, though. Get them working on it.
Why?
Learn about itemizing.
No.
Okay. All right.
Maybe I would say yes for high schoolers, but not 8-year-olds.
All right. Something I did right was, you know how it's like, I learned from you, Dad.
Yeah.
In this case, it was Maxfield learned from your dad.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I don't know. That's something. All right. Aaron doesn't know where Elena is. Which he said that, but then he is like, oh, she's probably at this place, right?
Yeah, like later he's like, oh yeah, probably here.
Probably like the other place Maxfield goes.
Right. That's what they were asking the very first time. Yeah. Where else could he be?
I don't know. I mean, he has like 2 torture basements. He's not in the one.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in the other one. I mean, spitballing.
Doesn't make any sense he would be there.
Yeah. Extra torture basement. They're like, all right.
He's in the burned up one.
Yeah. Like that painting of that burned up old man.
Was that this show?
No, that was Pretty
Little Liars.
We've talked about that before. Real heads will know about the burned up old man from the first episode of Pretty Little Liars.
In the cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still want to do PD Little Liars.
Yeah, that might be the remix. We still have originals and legacies. Who knows how many seasons there are of that? Who could know? All right. Damon brings up Catherine to Stefan. Stefan thinks Damon is jealous. They get Aaron to get Wes on the horn. Mm-hmm. And the next experiment Wes will conduct is sewing Aaron's arms back on if they don't find Elena soon.
Got him.
All right, they're in the basement of Elena's dad's clinic. Mm-hmm. The town council burned a bunch of vampires in this basement, which I do think I remember from one of those quad parties. Mm-hmm. They got all those vampires in there. Someone was down in there, maybe Damon, and walked back up out of there, though.
Yeah, people escaped, but a lot of people died. Or vamps, I guess. Vamps are people, too.
Dead people. And should they be able to vote? If you're dead, can you vote? I mean, come on.
Undead,
okay. Maxfield gets the call from Aaron. They're going to kill me unless you tell me. Maxfield doesn't believe Damon escaped from his other location. Meet me in the classroom. I'll give them Elena. All right, he goes to Enzo and wakes him up. Mm-hmm. Maxfield injects him with what we learn is poison. And he needs to get the antidote from Maxfield.
And Maxfield won't give him the antidote until he kills Damon.
Yeah, which this information came out in a weird order.
I agree. And also, Enzo is dying from this poison way faster than he would even be able to kill Damon and go back.
Right.
Except I guess Enzo wasted a lot of time telling a long story.
Oh my God.
He could have just maybe gone for it, but that would have been boring.
I did relate to Enzo in like he gets out of there and then he goes and finds the whiskey and then he's like, everyone listen to me.
100%.
And then he gets mad when people stop listening to him.
Yeah, when they stop listening.
That, I identify with that.
Me too. We jumped ahead though.
Maxfield, okay. Yeah, Maxfield is all vague. He's like, this is something that will make you return to me. You and Damon have catching up to do. That's such a lame way to say. You got to kill Damon before this poison kills you.
Especially in a show where they always say exactly what's going to what the plan is.
Right.
He should have just been like, I'm injecting you with poison, and I
Yeah.
will not give you the antidote until blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because we don't learn until like halfway through their fight. He's like, I have poison in me and I gotta kill you now. We're like, what?
Yeah. Surprise.
Okay. Do you? I don't think, I said this was my mid Pete diction.
Okay.
I don't think Enzo will go against Damon. Vamps unite. But then they do fight. But then they kind of get together. Mm-hmm. They do. Unite in a way. All right, Matt and Catherine are training. Oh, here's where I said, Dobrev thinks she's funny.
Mm-hmm. Matt has to have his little moment.
Mm-hmm. Matt had to get paid that week. Mm-hmm. Catherine can't ingest vampire blood. Her eyes are getting worse.
Yeah, she's like, "What? Who is that?" And her eyes are all blurry and she can't hear.
Nadia rolls up with Catherine's suicide note, and she slaps her for not saying goodbye.
Yeah, that was a major slap, by the way.
Aaron and Damon and Stefan are walking to campus. Damon fills Stefan in on everything, like when he was held captive all those years ago. And Stefan is surprised he didn't know that.
I know, but I don't really like Damon's like nonchalant way of talking about it, which is true to his character, but it's an annoying part of him.
Well, he didn't even care that he was in that jail for last week.
Right.
He didn't even really talk about that.
I know. He was just like, yeah, well, this blah, 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 Elena's missing. Mm-hmm. But, like, I wish that Damon would show Stefan, like, his true feelings about he suffered and he left his friend and he felt guilty and, like, and he turned his emotions off and how he struggled through that whole thing and be able to connect to Stefan about how Stefan turned off his emotions and was Ripper, you know? Like, they could be like, oh, bro.
Oh, dude.
I relate to you. I understand you better. Instead of just, like, Damon's always so guarded and Stefan doesn't really know him the way that he should.
Right. I agree. Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, Damon's like, "Whoa, what just happened, dude?"
I know,
but not often.
Not often, and not like when it matters the most. I think he shares more with Elena than he does with Stefan.
For sure. Catherine is drinking green juice. She wants to live another day. Catherine asks for forgiveness from Nadia. Nadia has an idea that will keep Catherine alive longer.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't actually ask for forgiveness from Nadia. It sounds like she does, but she's like, would I be forgiven for all that I have done? But if you're paying attention, you automatically know she's talking about Stefan.
Oh.
But Nadia thinks, oh yeah, Mom, I forgive you.
Elena is imagining her dad's basement with little her in it. She hears her dad shocking somebody. She asks Maxfield about her dad. He was trying to save the world with vampire blood by curing different things. Elena says she saw Enzo, he's alive, when they were laying next to each other. Mm-hmm. And then Maxfield again is like, he's on a day trip, unresolved business with your boyfriend, which again...
Vague.
He's poisoned and he's going to kill Damon.
Right.
Aaron takes the bros to Maxfield's classroom. Enzo is there. Short for Lorenzo. Mm-hmm. Oh, I wonder, did you ever see Lorenzo's Oil?
No.
That is an odd movie that we watched in biology in high school, so I forget what it's about at all, except for this kid was very sick, and they did all these tests, and I think the mom ended up finding out that, like, peanut oil or some oil helped his sickness. Someone who knows what this movie is about is like, you idiot, it's not that at all. But
I don't know this.
This was based on a real thing. But I wonder if this Enzo is named after Lorenzo from Lorenzo's Oil.
Or why not just anybody named Lorenzo?
Because he's being used as a cure. Enzo is.
Oh, I see your connection. I'm like, it's just people are named Lorenzo sometimes.
All right, Lorenzo's Oil from 1992. True life drama of a father and mother. True life, but it's got, it's not a documentary, but it's based on a true
got some
story.
actors in there.
Yeah, Nick Nolte and Susan Sarandon. Battled against the odds to save their son's life. 5-year-old Lorenzo is diagnosed with a rare and incurable disease, but the persistence of the parents leads to the cure. So it's not specific. I want to know the disease and the cure.
I don't know. Well, what was I going to say?
What's ALD? Is that?
I'm thinking ALS.
The treatment is a mixture of unsaturated fatty acids. What's ALD? I don't know.
Adrenoleukodystrophy.
Yikes.
It's a genetic disease.
But,
neurological. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say, it sounds like my mom would like that movie, though. She likes movies like that.
Yeah. We watched it in biology class, and we were like, we're watching a movie, and then we're like, this is sad.
Lorenzo O'Done is the kid's name.
Mm-hmm.
Rare inherited metabolic disorder. ALD. I don't know. I've never actually heard of this movie or that disease.
Well, this vampire is being experimented on to cure stuff.
I mean, yeah, I know, but I'm trying to get the answer to if these Lorenzos are the same.
I don't know that anyone would ever admit to that.
I don't know.
In print.
It's raining hard outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
All right, Ash.
All right, where are we at, Pete?
Lorenzo says he doesn't have any friends. That's sad.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's been captured forever.
Enzo is mad that Damon left him to die in a fire. He's been waiting 70 years to tell this story. So listen.
Yeah.
While I drink.
I hasn't been 70 years for me, but I'd be like, it's been 7 minutes, so listen.
Enzo killed Megan, the roommate.
Yeah.
I was
But
like,
it
oh,
seems
yeah.
like it was Megan's fault by accident. Like it was an accident, but it was Megan's fault.
Victim blaming. Well, okay.
They said, well, that's the way they said it. They're like, they didn't know she was getting so close to this vampire who's been starving.
Megan had a picture of Elena's dad. Megan's family funded Elena's dad's research. Megan was suspicious, went to Whitmore, found Enzo, got killed.
And we find out later that it's because her dad was able to cure Megan's disease. And that's why they were supporting him for so long.
Stefan calls Maxfield. How should we kill Aaron? Maxfield will kill Elena if they kill Aaron. Vice versa.
Let's go back to the Megan thing, though. Isn't it? It's like a weird, ironic thing that the like vampire blood that they used to cure Megan probably came from Lorenzo, and then Lorenzo killed her.
Wow, that is ironic.
Yeah, a little weird full circle moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if she hadn't...
And neither one of them maybe even knows that about each other.
Well, Megan certainly doesn't.
Well,
now.
I know now.
Maxfield might.
Yeah, Maxfield
But
might.
he doesn't say it.
No, he doesn't.
He should. He should be like, actually.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? And Elena's like, why are you telling me this? Enzo is telling a story to Damon, who already knows it, and Aaron. Enzo rips up a chair and throws it. He wants to tell his story so bad. He tells it. We all know it.
Right.
Okay, now it's a flashback of how he escaped. I was like, all right.
Yeah, that's the only new part.
I was so annoyed while he was telling everybody who had already heard it.
Yeah, because you were
including me.
like, I know this. We just heard the last episode.
He was spared by... Oh, this is so stupid. I was like, okay, now it's a flashback of how he escaped. I was like, we're going to see him escape. Cut to him
He just
saying,
says it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says that a scientist
The flashback was
got him out.
the worst.
I know. They should have had that extra scene or like extra couple of seconds of the scene where the scientist was pulling him out, but they didn't show that part.
Yeah, that whole part was bad.
They should have just filmed it with the original flashback scene, you know?
Right.
I know.
All right. He has been tested on for 50 years, and now he's going to suck neck. Which I don't think he does. I think he actually just goes to get that whiskey. I don't know. Damon wants to kill Aaron. Aaron has files. Maybe they can use it. Yeah, Enzo gets back with the booze.
Yeah. And
Damon is staying with him.
And they're like, oh, well, this is convenient now that you are saying this. Oh, you have files now.
Mm-hmm. You got files. Mm-hmm. Earlier wasn't talking about the files.
I know, but he's talking about the files because that's where his gun is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
His
yeah, right by my files.
His wooden bullet gun.
Yes. Let me grab my files.
They're right here in this bag.
They're full of information. Let's just say you'll be interested in some of the bullet points
There you go.
in these files.
There you go. You got there.
I got there. You just got to give me a minute. Catherine and Nadia, you're a traveler, and she can do the passenger spell.
Yeah.
So, Gregor, was that really... So he was just traveling around in Hans from Church's body? We don't know what OG Gregor was like? Mm-hmm. Okay.
He was just a traveler.
So technically, maybe Hans from Church was playing himself. And he just got passengered by Gregor. We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know how many times he's been passengering.
Mm-hmm. She can live in some other body. That'd be weird, I said. What... Did that other doppelganger who was real old and in that box, is she dead now?
Yeah, she's on the other side.
Okay, because I thought it would be so funny if they traveled her into that other doppelganger's body so it was still Dobrev. Mm-hmm. I was like, they're going to find some way to keep it still Dobrev.
Yeah, because it would be silly to have Catherine and someone else. Mm-hmm. You're right.
Put her into Jeremy or something. Hey, Stefan. It's me, Jeremy.
Bonnie would be so mad.
Uh-huh. I'm not old anymore. Gregor was a traveler, yeah. Stefan likes the body Catherine is in. Catherine would rather die in her own body. Go kill yourself. See if anyone misses you, Mom, Nadia says.
Yes, she's mad because she realizes that it's all about Stefan, not trying to reconnect with her daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Enzo is getting drunk, and he's asking questions about, like, modern life. Is cricket, did it become a thing?
I like this part of the scene.
Enzo, okay, now he finally says, Enzo was injected with poison, stop his heart, he'll desiccate if he doesn't return for the antidote. But he can't come back until Damon's dead. We finally hear what the deal is.
Right.
Enzo tries to fight Damon, but the poison starts working. I mean, maybe he had to tell that bad story for this plot point.
Mm-hmm. For it to take so long.
Yeah.
He still could have told it better, though.
Yeah, Damon is going to save Enzo this time, maybe, I said. Mm-hmm. Enzo gets gray and veiny. Aaron takes Stefan to see the files, gets a gun instead.
Dun, dun, dun. The files.
Aaron tells his story while being choked out to Stefan.
Remember, Stefan just whooshes around and is just like, what are you doing? Chokes him out.
Damon killed his whole family.
Except one.
Stefan's like, not all of us are like my brother. Aaron gives Stefan the files. These scenes are moving so fast. Mm-hmm. They're like, shoop, shoop. They're whooshing around like Stefan.
But this is an important lesson for Aaron to learn as he's learning about vampires, though. He's learning that they can whoosh. He's learning that you can't kill them by shooting them in the head. And he's learning that some of them are nicer than others.
he didn't have a dad that could sit him down and tell him about vampires. Now, son, there'll come a time in your day when...
It's because Damon killed him.
Exactly. When you'll start coming across vampires and there are things you gotta know. Use protection like a white ash oak steak.
You're right.
What was the other thing?
Vervain.
If you're gonna shoot him in the head, also...
Shoot him in the heart.
Yeah. You know.
We got some pug snores over here.
The pug is snoring. We all had those conversations with our parents,
course, of
right?
course.
Also, we had a health class about it, where honestly that was a little bit more helpful. Talked about the garlic, and
We microdosed vampire blood.
it wasn't awkward, and yeah. Elena, flashback again, sees her dad. He's going to save a little girl's life. Megan, perhaps. Maxfield's, back in the present, Maxfield's compound work. Do you remember Pavlov's dog?
Of course. I Pavlovianed myself to want jelly beans or sour candy with popcorn.
Well, Elena's body similarly will salivate at vampire blood. And these vampires will feed on other vampires. Jesse couldn't stop feeding. And all these vampires are one shot away from craving their own kind. You'll be patient 0.
I like this concept if it was like its own book. Like if that was like the catalyst for some other, like what was that vampire movie we watched?
Daybreakers.
Daybreak. If it was like a Daybreakers, but they were doing this,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't like it in this show because they're messing up with our peeps.
And they don't do it, and they can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, they can't do it story-wise.
Right.
So it's just like a threat. And it's like, well, Elena's not going to start sucking vampire necks.
And all the vampires aren't going to just kill each other right now.
Yeah.
But I do think it's interesting to be like, oh, you know how we can get rid of vampires? Or like, I don't know, even if it was zombies or whatever, we got to have them feed on each other, and this is how we do it. I think that's a smart idea.
Yeah. It's good concept. But yeah, it's like, it's a fake threat in this.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, he's really gonna have the main character become a ripper and die.
Yeah, but it is sad that Elena's like, you can't do this to me, I can't be a ripper, which Elena doesn't like sucking anyone's blood. Like, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that was such a big arc for her. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm reading my next note and I was like, what was I talking about?
Oh.
But then I remembered. Okay, go ahead.
But, like, she didn't even want to hurt anyone at all. And now she's worried that she's about to be just killing all the vampires. She didn't want to do that.
Right. She says that it'll turn her into a ripper. And I said, these vegan nuggets I ate the other day turned me into a ripper.
Or didn't.
No, it did.
Because they were bad and then you ate real chicken? Like, I don't get it.
No, I had some vegan nuggets for the first time in a while the other day, and I was ripping farts.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, oh, now I'm going to eat my own. I don't know. I didn't get it.
No, different kind of ripper.
A gas joke.
A zipper ripper.
Oh, Pete.
Maxfield injects Elena, but maybe didn't get to inject her all the way, I said. Stefan saves her just in time. Elena takes the notebook.
The gurnal.
The gurnal. Nadia is at the grill to meet Matt. Matt isn't into it. He's going to hold on to the traveler's knife for her. If Catherine changes her mind, she'll need the knife. And Nadia has to stop getting paid for her arc, so she's leaving the knife with Matt. Matt's mom wasn't good either. Selfish and drunk. That was the VA Beach mom, right?
Yeah.
Right? And was that Julie Cooper?
It was Julie Cooper, yeah.
Wow, that was years ago.
It was.
They both have mommy issues. Enzo wakes up. Damon injected Enzo with the antidote.
He said, well, I injected you with a bunch of these things called antidote, and I guess one of them worked.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only choice you have.
All right. Enzo runs up on Damon, and Damon grabs his heart and was just holding his heart. He could have ripped it out.
Yeah.
And with his heart in hand, they talk. He turned off his humanity. We're even. He lets go of his heart. But Enzo's still mad at Damon will always be a monster. Mm-hmm. Whoa. Is monster like a curse word to vampires? Like, like you called me a word? You call me a...
How dare you?
A bad word?
Yeah.
Probably, right?
Probably. I'm no monster. I'm just a vampire.
That word's so outdated.
Yeah. I'm offended.
Call me a unliving person or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is like Enzo really said it to be hurtful.
Right.
That was my point.
He did.
Elena's at the Bros mansion reading her dad's journal. Little girl was roommate Megan. I said, these girls were born in 1992.
Same as that movie, Oil. Lorenzo's Oil.
Whoa. Weird connection.
I only know that because you just said it a couple minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Why were they born in 1992? Because they're 17 now or whatever?
Forever.
Or 18?
18 forever.
Oh. Or they're, 18 forever, but they're like 20 or whatever now. Because they're in college.
Yeah.
Elena says her dad saved people. Damon's like, your dad tortured vampires. Elena's like, you killed Aaron's family. All right, Damon does another I'm bad speech. I'm a bad guy.
I know.
Leave me, Elena, I'm doing this now. Oh my gosh.
But really, he's just feeling bad about Enzo.
He has no...
And he can't cope, so he's just like, okay, let's break up.
He has no coping mechanism. He just goes hard.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He could just be like, I feel bad about what I did, and still have a girlfriend.
Yeah. Man, I'm ashamed.
Yeah, she'd be like, oh, it's okay, you do what you had to do, whatever.
Yeah, you were going to burn up too. You didn't have the key. Like, he really was in a bad situation.
Yeah. And the only way he was able to do it was turn off his emotions. It's not like he was like, ha, bye.
Yeah.
But yeah, he could have just been honest about his feelings, but instead he's going big again. Mm-hmm. It's annoying.
He's choosing to let Elena go. I said, this is random.
It does seem random, yeah.
Elena has done horrible things too. Stop defending me. Damon won't change. I said he's diving on a grenade for no reason. Like, there was just he was walking down the street. He saw a grenade. He dove on it.
I'm going over there.
Huh?
He's like, I'm going over there, getting that grenade.
Yeah, and everyone's like, we're not close to it.
Yeah.
No one's going to get hurt.
We're not in danger.
Yeah, keep walking. Also. Like, nope, I'm a hero now. It's like, I guess. Mm-hmm. He storms away. Catherine is looking in the mirror. She can't see again. Stefan comes in. She wants to talk about last night. Stefan says they got swept up in a moment.
Which is not what Catherine wants to hear.
No. What have you put me through for the last 147 years? Mm-hmm. Catherine is dying for real. Her hair is gray. And she wants redemption.
Yeah, and he's saying it takes more than one day or one night or whatever to forgive her for everything. This scene actually made me emotional. I was like tearing up a bit. And even before like the end part, but I'm like, that's just that like desperation was sad, and Stefan is so sweet.
Mm-hmm. Well, he does say, I'm sorry that you're dying, which is kind of a funny line. And he's saying it kind of seriously, but just him saying it sounds like a joke in a way.
Well, it's also like for someone who's been alive for so long to finally die, and to die kind of slowly is really, I think, like torturous. Because usually in this, scenario, if you're a vampire and you've lived 147 years or whatever, you're going to die with like a stake to the heart, and you're just going to be, that's it. but she's like slowly. I mean, she's rapidly aging, but slowly compared to like vampires.
Yeah. She's medium dying.
Yeah, and so it's like, I don't know. Probably she never anticipated I would like get old and die. She's just like, well, I'm gonna be a vampire, and then one day I'll be dead. That was sad.
Aaron goes in the basement and finds Maxfield and presses him up. He never wants to see him again, and he takes the syringe. Elena burns her dad's journal.
Yep.
Catherine will do a traveler spell, actually, but then she's having a heart attack and falls down the stairs.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. The end. Boom. Remember the end of Lost? Boom.
I know. I watched all of Lost.
Boom.
Boss.
Boss.
Lost was really good, too.
What if Bosch, the LA detective, was on Lost and it was called
Bost?
Bost?
I don't know. All right, how many fangs?
I'm not in LA.
I don't want this.
I'm on an island now. You don't have to be a detective to know that.
Oh my gosh, that'd be the worst ever. All right, how many fangs for this ep?
2 doses of Lorenzo's oil.
2 fangs? Wow.
Even though I had major problems with it, I'll give it 2 fangs. Why not?
Okay, I'm going to do like a 1.8.
2 fangs for the 2 teeth are one of our sons lost recently.
I know. Oh my goodness. All right, what about Pete-dictions?
Oh my gosh.
What's happening? Well, Catherine is splayed out on the steps.
All right. I think that Catherine, with the help of Bonnie or whoever, will get traveled into a different body for maybe like 1 episode or something, and then they'll find a secret cure to get her other body back up and running, and then they'll put her back in her other body within like 2 or 3 episodes, and then it'll be like, hey, remember when I was old? Yeah, ha ha ha.
It sounds like you know the show better now. That's certainly on the path of how things are handled in this show. Your Pete-dictions before you really watched this much of the show would be more like what you think would happen in relationship to other media and stuff. And now you're like, okay, what would happen in this show?
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
What else? What about Damon and Elena?
Oh, who knows? I know that they aren't going to be together forever. But is this the real time that they break up? I don't know. Probably not. They'll probably have some dumb thing happen. I don't know. I feel like this was a big end of a bunch of threads. Like, maybe they'll be like, oh, finally we can enjoy college again.
Yeah.
Before the next thing happens.
Well, I was going to ask, it is like the end of a chapter.
Yeah.
So what do you think the next big chapter is going to be? I mean, we have Enzo around now.
I mean...
And everything else is... Yeah.
You know what could happen is Damon's like, I'm not with Elena anymore. And he's like, what? Yeah, you are? And he's like, so I'm hanging with my bro Enzo. Mm-hmm. And they go and do some ripping or storytelling or whatever. Mm-hmm. So they go do that. You know Bonnie and Jeremy are going to be popping up in the next episode doing something.
Yeah, they weren't in this one.
Because they weren't in this one.
Caroline,
who knows? What's she even doing these days? Nothing. Was she talking to Aaron at one point?
They were trying to help... No, they were trying to help Jesse become a vampire, and then he died. And then they were trying to befriend Aaron. Mm-hmm. But then, yeah, it got all messy.
Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna do something. They'll probably have like college night at the grill.
It is surprising.
Combining their 2 favorite things.
College night at the grill. It is surprising though that Elena gets captured and tortured, and no one even tells Caroline or Bonnie. Like, it's just Stefan and Damon. They're not like, let's get our best friends to help. Also a vampire and a witch. They don't even involve her best friends in her like rescue.
They didn't, and also like they didn't run into them at all or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like Caroline and Bonnie and Jeremy,
They're
were
usually
not in town at all.
Yeah, they usually are texting like, so and so is missing, whatever.
They didn't video chat on a dead technology.
No.
They were just absent, but I get it.
All right, well, we'll have to keep watching and see what happens next.
Yes. Trying to think if I have any more business.
And I'm like, that's all I got.
Definitely some exciting things going on at High Dive Publishing on Instagram right now. So much is happening over there. But truly, we are publishing a book this year.
Yeah.
So if you want to be up to date on any of that, go check out that.
Check it out.
Also, summertime is coming back at some point.
We're ready.
So go get your summer reads. The Happenstances Young Adult Book Series. You can get that at your local bookstore, but you have to order it through the internet, through your local bookstore.
You can get it. You can get it lots of places.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Wait, there is one more thing, Ash.
What?
We need to wish everybody... Oh, what did I call it? It's a spooky leap day. It's a spooky leap day today as you're listening to this.
Is it today? Oh, because as you're listening to it. Yeah. What, you have a name for it?
Yeah. All right, hold on. I'm going to stop the mic and then look at it. I'm going to listen to what it was and then come back.
Okay.
All right. I thought that in the bonus episode I had thought of something besides Spooky Leap Day, but no, it was just Spooky Leap Day. However, I hope everyone had a very sensual Vampenstein day. I know we did.
We sure did. Between a vampire and a Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Which one are you?
Well, I'm the Frankenstein, obviously.
All right, and today or whatever the listeners is Spooky Leap Day.
Yep, go leap over your friends. Kiss a frog. And push a princess into a lily pad.
Okay.